Hello
For
there, sir.
anybody, for anybody joining us, I did want to go through and mention. I did want to mention that we were having a conversation before we really got started, and I wanted to go through and hold off on it a little bit so we could kind of discuss it. Um, hey, AKW Farms, good to see you. One of the things that we're talking about today, and we're we are focusing on trying to make people that make YouTube channels that make videos and trying to grow their channel. That's kind of the purpose of these. It is, we do believe in being social. Oh, please shut up. I just started, streaming.
You know he knows when you do that.
I know he does because he was quiet for a long time.
Yeah, we were not talking for 30 minutes. You never made a noise.
I know. It's like he knows. I don't know. Maybe I got a
early.
particular. I don't know. Anyhow, what we're focusing on tonight, at least early on, is the we're focusing on or trying to focus on how to grow your channel. How do you get subscribers? What are the best ways to get subscribers? I see just doing our best. Hey, Shirley.
Hey, Nana.
Nana 9 Acres. Good to see you. And we're talking about that. I mean, people are welcome to join in on this conversation because, after all, most of y'all have channels too. For that matter, let me go through and Mountain Moon Adventures. Howdy, can't stay just
Moon. I'm sorry.
Doing a wave by. Thank you. Good to see you. I love my ice cream. Evelyn Newman. Hey, good to see you. But one of the things that we're focusing on today, at least in part, is how do you grow your channel? Evelyn Newman says, "Hi, y'all." Well, I mean, let's start with the way most everybody, got started. I think everybody knows that typically you go through and you start, with your friends. If you know somebody, you try to get them to. Panchuco, good to see you, brother. You try to get your friends to watch, and I think quite often we become quickly discouraged by that. It's easy to do because, after all, people don't always want to watch what you're doing other than when you're where they're at. Hey, Jen, good to see you. Just checking in, not really here. You never saw me. Okay. Wait a minute. Who was that? Say, that's funny because anyhow. But once you get started, you start doing some, you start learning a few things. You put up videos, you get a few videos seen here, a few there. But the one thing about it is everybody always wants more. Sounds like the rain's starting to pour down pretty good here. Oh, that reminds me. I need to check my camera's probably shut off by now. I probably ought to go pull that in. I've been recording now for a little while and it's raining.
Yeah, you go see it.
I'm gonna go get it. It's sitting outside.
Okay.
It's sitting on the porch. Watch out, Otis. Hey. It's still recording. I'm gonna leave it alone. At very minimum, I get some good rain material.
Yeah, that's always a good.
Hey, Urban Bucket Homestead, good to see you.
Hey, Jen, Steve.
Aided the auction, trying to bid on trucks. So I'll be back later. Hey, we appreciate it.
Hey, Herbs and Blanket, things coming in. Hey, Andale. There's Miss Andales.
Just doing our best.
My wife and I were talking about Ann the other day. She's such a sweet lady.
She is. In fact, hey, Ann, if you get a chance, come on up here and on the panel. Hey, big movie fan, 18 plus. Always a pleasure to see you in here. Troy, good to see you, brother.
We are trying to get out hours still, so I'm 1475 away.
Okay. So you're getting closer around
Yeah.
35, 2,500.
Yep.
Okay.
2514 to be exact. It
Well,
hasn't counted today's hours yet, though, or yesterday's hours.
that is becoming another issue as far as getting the watch hours, because from what I understand, and I'm hearing that they're kind of cracking down. Now, I don't know if it's just on the folks that are doing the watch hours for folks that are already, Jonathan Zuck, good to see you.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, John.
It's my understanding they cracking down on folks playing, live streams or play.
Oh, really?
Hey, Kentucky Prepper, good to see you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Big movie fan, 18 plus is going to share my. Yeah, baby. Hey, baby, I've already looked at that. It's okay. It's still running. I'll take care of it though. Thank you.
Who's that? It just says they just need 68 hours.
Najuma Brown. Hey, and let's see. What was your what?
Somebody said, hold on, I gotta find it. John from I can't never say that. Penrosa Travel needs
Pedrosa.
68 subs. He's got the hours, he just needs 68 more subs.
Well, let's drop his link.
Yeah, we should be able to get him at 68 more subs. But 68, that's not that many.
Let's see. Let's see here. Let me
Where is he?
Why pull it up?
Yep, he's at 931.
I really need to get me a new keyboard. This thing is I don't know why in the world anybody would ever care about having a wireless keyboard.
I got a wireless keyboard. I don't have any problems with mine. I don't even change batteries once every 6 months.
Right now, it works on Wi-Fi, and my phone interferes. So that is Pedrosa Travels. If y'all get
Pedrosa Travels. You know, he's 68 more subs, 69 more subs. We got to be able to get at least 10 or 15 of them out of here.
I would think so. According to this, they need 68. But that is the link for Pedrosa. I'm down in the basement. Oh, I did not. Hang on, Miss Ann. Oh, good night. I'm so sorry.
I've been down here about 10 minutes.
Well, you must have come up while I went outside to check on the camera.
It was a little bit before that, but that's okay. No worries.
I didn't hear it.
Right. Doesn't hurt to be in the basement once in a while.
I said, shoot, I'm getting cold down here in this basement, y'all.
Yeah, blankets down there, drinks.
Okay, I didn't find them. I'll have to talk to the waiter.
We'll probably have to turn the lights on now, though. So
that's right.
Now I'm gonna need you to keep a watch on your Jerry. I'm gonna need you to keep a watch on your chat. I'm gonna try to keep a watch on mine so that we don't miss anybody. Because
okay,
some people, I think it is important to say hey to everybody, but sometimes you miss, and sometimes people get their butts hurt over it. And I don't mean to say that in a mean way, but sometimes it doesn't call for it.
I totally understand that part.
Look, Miss Ann, who is the most gracious woman on YouTube, was talking about how she was getting cold in the basement.
That's right.
I just playing, Miss Ann.
Of course you are.
Hey, Busby Adventures, good to see you.
Hey, Jonathan.
Well, let me ask you, Miss Ann.
Yes, dear.
What do you think are the top 3 ways of obtaining new subscribers?
Well, I can tell you what made me feel better was making a community, just like we've all done. That is the number one, is making a community. My mama always told me to have friends, you have to be a friend.
That's right.
And so being supportive, being out there, popping in on other people's lives, supporting their channels, that kind of thing. That helped a lot. And going to meetups meeting people in person. It gives you that extra special connection, and they feel
Yeah.
like they're, watching their best friend. Um, as far as the rest of it, there's not really a trick other than consistency, being out there on a regular basis. Because
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
take a week or a couple of weeks off, there's so many more people behind you. They kind of
Yeah,
forget about us a little bit.
That's true. Out
that's
of sight,
very
out of
true.
mind. Well, I think one of the things that I think on or tend to dwell on, ponder on, if you will, is the fact that there are uh there are the standard ways that we all do, to try and grow our channel or get more folks associated with us, connected with us. And by that I mean going on to live streams and meeting new folks, and you know but I also know that there comes a time where there is, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Sure.
Every time you meet somebody and you try to spend time with them, you try to go to their channel, you try to go watch their videos, but the more channels that you get associated with, the more your channel grows. Hey, Mark, good to see you. The more your channel grows, thank you for coming in. Thank everyone for coming in.
Hey, Little
I'm
Ridge
very appreciative.
Farm, Busby Adventures, just
Uh,
doing our best.
Busby Adventures makes a good point. Says get out there and watch lives, say hello, create content people like, and just be supportive of the channels. I'd agree with that. Kentucky Prepper.
Kind of like
See,
a pebble in the pond, though. You
yeah,
It
throw that
is.
pebble in it, and it has a little ring, and the ring keeps getting bigger, and get bigger. And the more pebbles you put in there, toss in there, the more rings you have, and pretty soon you have a raging river.
Well, there's no way that any one of us could possibly totally support all of our friends.
No,
that's right.
It doesn't mean that we don't love you just as much as we
Right.
always did. It's just
Right.
that there's only one of us and thousands of others.
That's right.
And so we do the best that we can. And I found I had a relationship with a lot of YouTubers before I ever started my channel. I had friends in other people's chats, and I was just known as Ann Dale. And then when I started a channel, they're going, "Oh, okay, you got a channel." So, but just something like that,
Well,
making friends. But being understanding that you cannot possibly
that's
watch
right.
every person's every video and every live
Right.
it's just not humanly possible.
yeah, 'cause if you did that, you wouldn't have any time to do your own videos.
And I
Well,
found that happening to me, Jerry. Um, I was so interested in not hurting anybody's feelings
I
that I
know.
wanted so desperately to help support other people that it was getting in the way of me making my own content.
well,
So,
here's kind of, I guess, kind of the point I'm leading to.
okay.
There is active and there is passive. Um, Active is doing what we do, typically in this community, in these communities that we go to. We we actively go out and chat with one another. We actively, hey, Deus Volt, Mississippi, good to see you. Um, we actively go out and we say hello to everybody, or we try to. We try to speak with people. We try to, build friendships. We try to, that, hey, good Matt, or good Matt. He is good people, but
Hey,
outdoor,
Matt.
big Matt. Um,
Hey, big
but we
man.
try to, that's an active participation thing. A lot of us still make videos, although some of us, because of our focus on live stream, sometimes our focus on,
Hello,
hey,
Maria.
Maria at Okie Homestead, good to see you. Sometimes, though, we kind of lose focus on maybe the videos that we do, or maybe we're still doing videos.
Well, yeah, even lives, I consider those videos.
Yeah, I mean, it is content.
Yeah.
It's on. Okay, you're good. Big movie fan. Thank you. It is, yes, it is content. But, I guess part of what I'm thinking is that if you go through and the goal, at least I think, of some content should be to make it a playable, searchable thing. Hey, Grayson Fire.
Yes.
So that people will play it over and over again.
Glenda.
Because let's face it, I'd be willing to bet that my live stream from a month ago, nobody's playing.
You have a good point. That's true.
So, and from that point, the effectiveness of that particular live stream is basically dead as far as trying to grow my channel.
Yeah, but do you think you should take it down because it's not doing anything else, or do you think you should just leave it? That's I believe in leaving it there too, because I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not only doing lives for people to see, but I'm also doing lives for my grandchildren, my great grandchildren to watch it later on.
Well, I think that it serves a purpose. I think it does serve a purpose, and I think it's but that's not really my point. And I will go over the purpose just because the fact that you brought it up. I think that one purpose it does, serve for somebody that wants to help you, one of your loyal supporters, especially until you become monetized. A lot of times they'll go through and pick something older to watch and play. But let's face it, that's rare that they pick anything very old unless they're doing a playlist.
Correct.
And I've heard recently that they're cracking down on counting playlists as valid views. Now I don't know if they consider that for somebody who's not monetized yet, but I know I've heard of several people that were monetized, people were playing the playlist for, that they consider those invalid views. Anyhow,
Really?
well, I tried to, Busby.
I hadn't heard that. Hey, Rebecca.
Well, but think about it. 70% seems like I heard the number. 70% of the people that go and watch YouTube are there to answer a question.
Sure.
They want to know how to reset the time on their watch.
Well, hold on, Gary. I got something for you. Last Friday, we did this live. You sent people over to me, and on Saturday I went in and checked what the numbers were. It was 119 hours. And then you go check that right now, and look and see what the numbers were from last Friday. It's only 77 hours. So they say somehow they've got through and took hours away, and it's like 32 hours they took away. About 32 hours they took away. For what reason? I don't know. There weren't. I know it wasn't a lot of shorts. I didn't do a short that day. Now I did do a short today, and I've got like over 700 views on it right now.
How long have you been YouTubing?
Pardon me?
How long have you been YouTubing, putting up products?
18 months, but I don't have. A year ago, I didn't put anything out in April. Okay. I don't have like 2 or 3 hours come out, or 0.1 to 0.5 hours.
Well, the fact is, I don't know that some of the things that there's some things, Jerry, that we're just not ever going to know.
Right, because we're not in the know.
That's right. We're not in the know. We're not the people that create the algorithms. We're not the people that write the programs. We're not the people that So some of these things, YouTube is going to do what YouTube is going to do, and we got no say over that.
Right.
That's the truth.
All we can do is we're playing in their sandbox, and all we have to do is just try to keep the sand inside the box.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to worry so much about where I lost hours here or I lost subscribers there. I think sometimes they just go through and do a wipe of people that hadn't been on in months or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure that out because it's a waste of time.
Jerry knows that there was a time when actually Longhorn Lester and I'm a Survivor shouted me out and and I just boomed all of a sudden.
Yep.
And
That
then
was cool though. I mean, really. I mean, I know you had that
nice.
nightmare.
It was very, hey, how are you doing?
It's great.
It was really sweet of him. However, um, very short. I did not grow for about 3 months, and all I did was lose hundreds of subscribers, almost to 1,000, and it was disheartening. But what happened was because there are people that loved him, hit that sub button
Yeah.
and then never watched anything.
Right.
So
Oh,
they
those are the ones you lost.
yeah, yeah. So it helped a lot, but it wasn't.
Well,
That's not what kept people there.
he had me on a live with him, and he kind of gave me a little shout out, and it was the middle of the afternoon, and I got 130 subscribers overnight, and I went and lost probably 15 or 20 of them.
Okay, well,
You know, but I mean, to me, a shout out is at least get people out there and look at your thing. They don't like it, that's okay.
that's
I mean,
right.
it's not for them. It's not for them. But you know,
I
no
swear
shout out. It's not
to
going to get you those guys to look at you half the time.
That's right. And I mean, he exposed me to a tremendous amount of people that I would have never met before.
Right.
But
Fine.
Some of them stayed, and some of them left. But the
yeah.
ones left don't know how sweet you are.
Well, I wasn't their cup of tea.
That's right.
Hey, Square Family Homestead. I don't think we have.
I don't think heard your voice. It sounds might be down.
By the way, Chris, this is Chris over beside you. And Chris is from Square County Homestead. He's right. He's basically a neighbor of mine. He's here in Mississippi. And
Awesome.
by the way, I noticed that we also have Mayhem and Miracles in the house. Good to see you, Masha. Brutal Bob's here.
The Southern Clairvoyant.
Yep, and the Southern Clairvoyant.
You got a lot of people over there, Gary.
But Chris, you've been doing this for a while. What's your take on all this stuff?
We were blessed. Our channel will be 2 years old at the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
But we were blessed to I had all my watch time hours before my subscribers. We were monetizing just about at our 1 year mark, almost at on the day. It seems like YouTube, as soon as you get going with something, they change the grooves of the game, I think.
To see how fast you can adapt.
Yeah. Just like with the shorts. I mean, I think shorts are kind of cool just because I've got tons of little clips, but it don't amount to the whole video, but I can still show them, That's a 1 minute little clip or something. I think it's kind of cool to do that. Now I don't think they're not going to count much for your watch time, but they get your name out there. You can have 1,000 views pretty easily.
Yeah.
And so that could somebody going and actually looking at your channel. Jerry, I wanted to tell you, I was subscribed to you and I was watching your stuff, and there was 3 or 4 days went by and I was like, well, I haven't seen Jerry pop up in a while. So I hit the subscription, who I subscribed to. He was nowhere on the list. And I said, well, what is up with that? So I had to go back and resubscribe, and I actually found like 3 or 4 other channels the same thing.
But you're not the first one that told me that. Somebody else said that. Bruce said that. Bruce from Shooting Star said that he was subscribed to me, and all of a sudden he went to check on, hadn't heard from me, checked on, and said, "Hey, I got unsubscribed to you."
And
so,
I understand that if you hadn't watched somebody in a while, they take you off that subscription list. But I had been watching a lot of your content.
Right. I don't think that. In fact, Chris, I have a lot of people here are probably familiar with my friend Nicole and Al and Nicole Chafe. Nicole was a paying member to my channel. And in 1 week, she had to resubscribe. I've seen, I don't remember if it was 7 or 13 times.
Wow.
But she had to resubscribe over and over again before she stayed. And she was one of the most prolific commenters on my videos. So I know she was watching them, you know, and it just, it didn't make any sense. I think that sometimes that YouTube, and I don't know, I don't write the programs and what have you, like I said before. I think sometimes they just go through and are dead set on dropping people. And it would make sense. Hey, Adrian Sport and Karaoke Channel, good to see you. It makes sense from a business standpoint that they would keep from having, people getting monetized, because take it longer so they can continue to run. They can say all the reasons they want, but the ultimate effect of is it takes people longer to become monetized, so that they can, continue to run advertisements on their videos,
Yeah.
and
not to pay out money.
that's right.
Let me ask you, Chris, was I still on your list as a subscribers, or was I not even on your list?
You was nowhere to be found.
Or just completely off the list altogether?
Just gone.
Huh.
So I had to go back and actually search and find you again, which, no problem. And just hit. I mean, this probably went on for about a week before I realized what had happened.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, one
It
of the
happens
things.
to all of us.
Hey, Uncle Don.
And I mean, I don't know if it's happening. Like, I know our channel, I look at the analytics quite often, but I think in almost 2 years, we've only lost 10 subscribers in that 2 years.
Wow.
Are you kidding
Wow. I've
Yeah.
lost that many in a day.
Because, I mean,
me?
I can remember the first time I lost a subscriber, and it broke my heart,
Oh,
And I was like, oh no, I done something wrong. And then I was like, I'm not worried about that. Just
I lost 14 yesterday.
I was going to say, oh my
I
God.
probably lost 10 today.
well,
Well-
and I do think, like, when I did start out, like I just found this community about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. So I didn't even have this support system here when I started. I come up from ground zero with, I was my number one subscriber.
Yeah.
I had 5. That's because they lived in the same house as I did. And my goal was to get 100 subscribers. Then I never thought I would have been monetized, not in a million years.
Me too.
And I didn't even look at being monetized until I hit about 900. And I was like, wow, and I actually searched, well, how much do I have to get? And then it was like mind blowing, 4,000 watch hours and
Right.
1,000 subscribers. That's never going to happen,
Yeah.
Well, when it came out of the shorts, I thought, well, maybe I can get subscribed to shorts. And then I looked down there, it was 10 million. I went like, you got to be kidding me. 10 million in 90 days? There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't have-
Well,
No, that's impossible.
I
I
do
don't know if anybody who could do. I'm sure it can be done, but it doesn't seem feasible. It's just the numbers just
That
so
would be,
big.
I think that would be for somebody like a celebrity that could get that much,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I have a couple of friends that can do that. No, she's got the trick, man. She's got the trick. Cooking at Pam's Place is a good friend of mine, and she has
I'm trying to
millions.
get my mother-in-law. She loves to cook, and she's a great cook. And I'm trying to get her to build her little channel,
Yeah.
of cooking. And she done a video for me on pepper sauce, and so I posted this. That's been probably a year and a half ago, but it wasn't bad for her first video.
You were telling.
I still can't get over you've only lost 10 subscribers in 2 years.
I know that's just mind blowing.
That's fantastic. I
And
mean,
it's-
seriously, way to go.
We don't do anything
That is-
special, I promise you.
well,
That is something.
one of the things that I think is important, though, if you're going to go through it, for example, I know that Chris, you had a video that hit pretty good, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got several, but I think that's what helped me so much is I had a hoop coop video, a hoop coop for chickens. Right now, it's standing like 110, 115,000 views.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well,
And that
I
was
think,
before I was monetized, so I actually had my hours before I got the subscribers. So
Well,
I think that's part. If you ever get that one video that kind of gets it fairly big, I think that
Yep.
helps a lot.
and that's one of the things that I really, I guess I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about what is videos. We all do, you know, most all of us, I think, do live streams, or a lot of us do. I know I do. I know Chris has started doing, you know, live streams. At least I've seen. I was there on your first one. I know Jerry does live streams.
I think I may do like a just me by myself and maybe do like a Q&A kind of deal. I don't know because I got to find time, which,
Yeah.
you know, Jerry knows you got a little farm. It's hard to find time sometimes to do anything. So
Without stepping on somebody else's toes.
right,
And,
yeah,
and you don't want to step on people's toes that have been faithful
Right.
to you. And so,
right.
You
you
And
know,
I find a time frame that, like you said, it's not overlapping somebody else or stepping on somebody else, and you know.
Well, Chris, I tell you what, you know, for example, right now you could be sharing this video and creating content if you'd like. I know Ann could as well.
I could, but I wanted Jerry to get the hours.
I appreciate that.
That's
So
a
I
great
didn't
point.
I didn't
Well,
put it out on my channel because I want them to come to Jerry's channel.
well, here's the thing though, and I don't know if this is true or not, because I was listening to Al and Dave, and they were talking about how both of them got 4 hours, even though there's no way they both had the same amount of people in their live streams. When you do this co-streaming thing, I don't know how it's reported and what have you, but it's very possible that they're sharing the views. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know if that does or not. I still need to figure that out. But when it comes to videos, though, and that's kind of, you know, bringing it back around to videos, you know, you can, you know, I think sometimes it is luck of the draw. I think you just happen to throw a good, you know, title on there from time to time, or maybe it's just a subject. The title goes with the subject well enough, and the subject's something that people want to know about. So I
I'm
think
hearing
that
a click.
Yeah, I clicked it too. Are you tapping a bottle, Gary?
do what now?
Are
Are
you
you
tapping some
tapping
bottle?
anything?
I'm not tapping anything.
I get it clicked in every once in a while.
I'm hearing some.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too, but it's, you know, tell you what, I'll mute y'all one at a time,
Okay.
and
Then we
better
can
yet, I'll
find-
mute me first.
It
And
may
y'all
be
just,
me. I don't know, but it sounds like some sort of microphone thing that might be happening.
all right, I just muted Chris, and I'm not hearing it now, so it must be coming, I'm guessing, from Chris.
Let me
But
see.
and it may be if you're on a phone or something, I don't know, but there.
Am I unmuted now?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
Unmuted.
Well, I
do,
just heard it again.
do carry a little microphone, so I took it off and I laid it right here. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Okay.
But I know
It
that
has stopped.
a lot of times, if as a front, I tell you what, maybe try putting it under a cushion or something. I don't know. I'll just mute you for just a minute, and then if you know, unmute yourself whenever you want to say something, Chris.
All right.
I think you just.
Well, that's
muted
interesting. I
Jerry.
still heard you, even though you were muted. Say something again.
I'm still
I
here.
can't.
Yeah, you muted Jerry.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Jerry.
That's all right.
Maybe
you
it
can
was.
mute me if you want to.
Hang on. Let me see if I can still hear it, because, you know, that time I muted Chris.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Anyhow.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
I'm on.
okay.
All right, I'm on. Right now, you're muted, Chris. If you know, whenever you go to say something, just unmute yourself. All right. Because it is causing a little bit of feedback. Well,
Yes, John, you're counting for me right now.
I think I still heard it once I was muted, so I'm not sure.
all right. Well, let's try. I just heard it right then. So And
There.
I don't know what the problem is.
I'm on myself.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna unmute. Well, you'll have to unmute yourself because if you want, anyhow, I think when it comes to videos, I think that we can go through.
excuse me.
There's a couple things we can do. Budget preppers, good to see you. Yeah, technical issues are kind of a pain in the rear end.
Brandon's Recovery TV. Hello.
Wait for a couple months. I've got given 6 months. I'll peek in for a couple months. I've been given 6 months.
Wait.
I'm sorry to hear that, work line.
Just peek in for a couple.
Oh,
we will certainly be praying for you.
yes, we will. You just got bumped up to the top of the list.
Yep. Only the Lord knows that.
And
Oh.
Workline is a member of this channel, very wonderful person. Always been a good supporter. The little hard to focus on.
It is hard to focus. And what we'll do is be supportive and know that you're covered in prayer and blanketed in prayer. And that whatever this journey brings you is going to be okay in the end. Because if it's not okay, it's not the end. And it'll be all right. Oh, no. Anyway, so I'm sure that if I were in their situation, I would want people to continue to know that they love me,
Yeah.
but at the same time, to continue in normal conversation and have a little bit of normal YouTube time.
Oh.
Get that Christian channel.
And
Oh.
so please keep us in the know, Workline. Please keep us in the know.
I think I mentioned on here that a friend of mine who had COVID, got COVID real bad. He was in the hospital for 2 months and came out of it and was getting better. Well, he had a massive heart attack 2 weeks ago and passed away.
Gracious.
And he's about one of my bowling people I bowl with, and it came out of nowhere because he was feeling really, really good. And I strongly believe the Lord lets you feel real good before He takes you, because he was feeling good and getting around and doing a lot better. And all of a sudden, wham, had a massive heart attack when he was sleeping.
Oh,
He was like a week short of his 60th birthday.
wow. He
Yeah.
was young. Goodness gracious. Brandon's Recovery TV, just doing our best. Cruising Scene. Joyax. And I can't say your last name, honey.
Carcueva.
Carcueva.
I
Okay.
believe that's right.
Yep.
I believe that's right.
Oh, no. The Southern Clairvoyant has type A flu. Oh, bless your heart. That's a terrible thing.
Type A.
Pedrosa,
Type A flu.
you're in California. What part of California are you in, Pedrosa? Because actually, I'm actually in California right now. I'm on the job.
Who are you talking about? What's in California?
Pedrosa Travel.
Oh, he's in
Riverside.
He's in Riverside.
Riverside is not far from me. I'm actually around Palm Springs.
Yeah, you're not that far from. I'm from California. I was born and raised, so I know California pretty good.
Yeah, I usually work around the center area, out there in the middle of nowhere.
Are you out there working on the windmills?
Oh no, we working right there around the windmills. Actually, we
Oh.
on the pipeline side.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pulled about a 30-hour shift. Come in, got a nap, go back tomorrow.
Oh, my gracious. 30 hours straight?
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me get stuff no more.
Good night. Good night.
I
Someone's
do
knocking
20 hours
from
a
the
day, and I'm-
basement. Somebody's, oh, yeah, maybe somebody, is there anybody in the basement? That's what Jonathan said. Somebody's knocking on the door from the basement.
No, I'm watching the basement. I've got everything moved where I can see it now.
Hey, life.
I have a
what's going
tendency
on,
to go
David?
through and I'll pop out chat and put it over a lot of times the video so that I can actually see the chat. It's not important that I see me as much as it is, what's going on in the chat, because I'm bad about that to begin with.
Well, I have a question I need to ask you about, Luke.
Yes, ma'am.
So, the last couple of months or so, I'm not sure exactly when, maybe a few weeks, you have changed your position. Of course, you used to be in the recliner where we could watch you, and you've changed your position where there's a camera on the side of you, and then how many screens do you have? And so that I
It's
can know.
unlimited.
Unlimited.
It's a bit just about time somebody asked that about you, Gary.
It's just whatever I can think of. I put this particular screen up there because it's mathematical computation, and
Hey, Rick.
since
Well, it's
we
awesome.
deal,
Yeah,
since
I
we
was
deal
just curious
somewhat,
about I'm sorry.
that's
just
okay.
curious.
Because we deal a lot with analytics from time to time on this page, I just thought mathematical computations made sense in the background.
Yeah. Now I do look at analytics, but there's a real science to it,
Yes, there is.
and
You-
I'm
you
not there.
You got to be able to.
Okay.
You got to understand how to decipher that stuff. Sometimes,
Yep. It takes a little bit, and I've been studying the watch hours, and I noticed that if you have like 4 or 5 hours coming off, they come off in the morning, and the watch hours that go on for that day always go on at night.
Okay.
So it's like twice a day. But also, like on Tuesday and Wednesday hours, like right now it's showing from Wednesday, but it was supposed to be put on as of Wednesday. But from Tuesday and Wednesday, it must be their weekend because they only post once a day then, and they have Outpost changed it for 2 days now. So
I don't know.
I think maybe that's their weekend is Tuesday and Wednesday, because I noticed that like at the holiday, everything was posted early in the morning and there was no changes at night. But then regular time, it's posted in the morning and it changes again at night. So I post twice. So I've been trying to figure out what the deal is, so I just know when to watch it. But I wrote myself a chart.
Oh my gracious.
The hours are coming off and hours that go on, just to see, because I know that April and May for me, there was very few watch hours coming off. Like the full month of May, first month I had 27 hours coming off in the whole month of April, and I made that back in the first live I did.
Right.
So I wanted to see how many hours, when they changed it. So I started watching it, like clicking on it 3 or 4 times a day to see if they changed it.
I would like to say don't do that because it'll drive you crazy, but I promise you, I must have checked mine 14 times a day when
But I was doing it scientifically. It was scientifically.
it was a scientific.
I was scientifically experimenting, wanting to see when they were changing it. So that's why I said I think Tuesdays and Wednesdays are days off, and so they don't make a change once in the morning. That's it.
Okay.
So I'm still in that scientific mode. I'm going to keep an eye on it the next month to see what changes.
Well, there's somewhere in there where you're supposed to be able to see where the most interest is at the times of your videos, where it drops off, and to not do that, to lose people's attention.
Right. Do you want to pull that up, Gary? You want me to pull it up?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. So I knew he was.
And Chris is nodding his head like, "Oh yeah."
Now there's a color chart on that.
And I don't really just look at analytics all the time. It's something now that's kind of, I don't really care if I do, I don't,
Right.
When I got to that 990 subscribers, I was watching like every 3 hours, like, come on.
Me too.
I just do it because I like numbers. And I like to, I like to figure out things. I like to see how a clock ticks, I'll take it apart to see how it works, but I never get it back together again. So I just figure I take it apart and just for to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here's one. I mean, you see right at the beginning, it's 100%.
Right.
You know, and I see the only thing I'm not sure on this is this could be the replay that it's showing, and still, I mean, this is a 2 hour and 5 minute video. And I know that there's a lot of people that come in, they make a comment, and then they leave.
Sure. Well, I've certainly done that before.
Sure. And I mean, I
And I'll
tend to
tell you-
leave it on for at least 15 minutes just because I want them, you know.
To get I do that too. I try to stay 10 to 15 minutes, but then I just have to scoot
But
sometimes.
if you look at some of these,
Gary, bring up the chart that shows the Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday through Sunday that has a little purple lines every hour.
But that's a live video, right, Gary?
That was
that was a live, but it's listed as a live, you know, later, and it's, you know, accessible. If you look at that back, you know, I chose a live stream just because it was,
Easy.
you know,
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't necessarily easier to, but it was, you know, more profound, I think, and
Gotcha.
understanding. And then if you go through and let's look at a regular video. Let me find a regular video.
I'm not sure how to figure out the regular video.
I do know this. If you just say, you know, I'm just speaking from my own channel. I try to stay around a 10-minute video. You know, sometimes I go over, sometimes it's not at the end. If I have somebody just come in and watch for 2 minutes, then YouTube, I may have 1,000 views on it, but only at 2 minutes. That just about kills that video.
Yeah.
They won't promote it. They won't give you a lot of impressions on it. I mean, so it's almost just as well off not to look at it if you're only going to watch it for 2 minutes.
Right.
right.
Well, as far as that is concerned, going through and let's see if I can find one. There's
Don
one I got
R.
in here.
Mark,
Got,
the Spider Guy. Glad to see you.
Hey,
Old
Dancing
Lion
Alone.
came in.
Thanks for coming in.
and I'm sorry if
Yeah,
I'm missing people. I don't have right now. Because of what I'm doing, I do not have the chat pulled up, and I cannot see it. I'm looking
And
for
the
something.
Numus Maniac. AKW Farms says hello.
Don R. You just said Don R, didn't you?
I said, hey,
did, I
Uncle
think.
Don. Yeah.
Yeah. Don, so
I see Tamara and David come in and
yeah, they're in my live.
dancing along with Reynolds. I guess that's
Yep.
I don't heard of that channel before.
I saw them today. They were on Rich Cat Ranch.
Okay.
Oh, I missed her. Okay, now Gary from Belt Loop 29, Bold Lion says, may I have your address, Belt Loop 29? I
Yeah.
thought I had it, but I can't. Is it on your About page?
My address, my mailing address is there on my About page. And I will also tell you this, that you can send me an email and I'll send it to you directly. But here's one that that's I kind of like, that has a peak in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is kind of funny. It's 45.8% viewed, and it, average view duration is 227. There's a big peak right here. Would y'all like to see what happens at the peak?
Well, sure.
Okay. I'm going to put it right there before it, and hang on.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that.
You see what happens, right? My cousin comes in. She's a very pretty girl.
She is a pretty girl.
And
So
views went up.
huge jump in the view. Some people just speeding through and looking for that, because I've got her right here on the on the
Thumbnail.
thumbnail, right? And so,
Okay, there you go.
Let
Have
her
a
look
big
and
girl
see
on
where
the
she's
cover.
at.
by the way, this is one of my funnier videos, I think. The name of it is A Dozen Questionable Reasons You to Subscribe to my channel or something like that. The actual name of it is A Dozen Questionable Reasons to Subscribe to the Belt Loop 29 channel. And it's a funny video. It's one of my favorites of all the ones I've got, you know. And all I did was come out and list a whole bunch of stupid things that, you know, ain't going to happen. Well, I said it's going to make your wife more, you know, amorous. I think that's one of them. It'll make your wife's cooking better. You know, hey, your IRS check will be higher. You know,
Okay, hey, I think I got what Ann was talking about.
Dancing Alone with Reynolds, good to see you. Let me pull
I
back
do.
the chat again so I can see some of this.
Ellsworth Carl, hello.
Hey, Ellsworth, tell Lacey I said hello.
Hey, pull that up there, Gary.
Hiking
All right.
with Jackie Boy.
Hey,
I hope
Kevin.
Lacey's feeling
All right,
better.
and this is what you're talking about right here.
Okay.
The lighter the color, and actually that's dark because it's just can't zoom it in anymore. So, with the bright color there, that means that's when most people watch it. Is right there.
The brighter it is, the more
right there. Right there. You see, the brighter it is, the more people are actually watching it. So they're recommending that I drop a video on Monday at 6 p.m. in the evening versus Monday at 2 a.m.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
I've
what it's
seen that.
Yeah, right here between 4 and 10 o'clock at night is when the most people watch my videos, or from 8 to 9 in the morning on Sunday, they watch the videos. And right here on Wednesday, come on,
Well, yeah.
from 7 to 10 is where most of my people watch videos also.
Yeah, you can look at that and tell when it's darker, and by darker I mean it's not as bright. That's when the fewer, and of course you put your mouse on there, your cursor on there, and it'll tell you, you know, where the where the folks are at.
Yeah. Those times seem to be when every other person in YouTube puts their videos
Right.
out too.
You
When the
know,
most people are on.
What were you
I
thinking?
upload a video every Saturday morning, every week, every Saturday morning, and at 6 a.m. Central Time is when I post. You know, I actually schedule it to come out because I've tried different time. Even though that analytics is telling me that at 9 o'clock is my best time, I can do it at 8 or 9 o'clock, and my numbers drop dramatically.
Okay.
So I think that's something just to play with.
Right.
Even though analytics is telling you 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
Like me and Jerry, we got kind of the same. He's got a farm, I've got a homestead. It's pretty similar. Well, most of us get up and wake the roosters up, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the earlier for us, like-minded people get up a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
And, you know, and that's what works for us. Because I have all over the timestamp, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, and it just 6 just seems to be the magic number.
Okay. Well, good for you.
Well, my thing ain't working real well. Keyboard again. I've got to get me a wired keyboard because this thing just don't work well. I did want to say hey to Urban Garden Chronicles, an old friend, you know, that's in here tonight, and I want to thank you for
Hey,
coming in.
Urban Gardening Chronicles. Hey, sweetie. And Dancing Alone with Reynolds says, my videos are dark. You'd think you were an Apollo astronaut looking back down on a dark planet. Oh, gosh.
It happens. It happens sometimes.
It does. And, you know,
I don't know. I can't explain it. I'll have videos that hit 1,000 views like nothing, and then I can post some. I've still got some from a couple of weeks ago that hit 75. I'm like, what happened with this video? You know,
75,000?
no, 75.
Oh,
People,
I
period.
was like, wow, yes, that's really good.
No, just
Yes.
I was disappointed you got 75.
75 is.
Check this out. All right. I mean, my last one, I guess, was 1,300, 266. Here's a mail call, only did 38. That put, 1,200, 600, 1,500, 1,400, almost 15, 200, 538, 1,100. It's really all over the map. Even though I go through, I do go through, and I drop them when it says the most of my viewers are on. And so, hey, Callie King, good to see you. Don't worry about watching ads. I ain't worried about that, brother. So just go ahead and click on the pass. And I don't care about, I never have cared about the money from YouTube ads and that type of thing. I don't care about being monetized, really.
When you see the amount is $2.35 from your ads, it's like, okay.
It's not a lot, but I just want to do it so I don't have to worry about hours dropping off and stuff, and have to work even longer. It's like in June I have 500 hours dropping off.
Right.
If I
I'm
sorry, Chris.
We can buy about 5 bags of chicken feed with the money we make off YouTube every month.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you get monetized on it, I can start playing, have more fun. I can start posting a video when a football game is on, and see if people watch the football game versus the video.
Yeah.
And see, because I think a lot of that has to do with what's on national TV. If there's if there's an election stuff going on, people come to YouTube to get away from that stuff. So your videos are going to have more hits. If there's a riot going on, you may not have very many clicks, so people may watch the news. I think that has a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
Hey, Lillian.
But I can't tell until I get that monetized, and then I can play with that. I'll post a video during a football game or something like that, just to see if it gets any hits.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. I was laughing at Dancing Alone with Rentals. The only time I hear 100 is when I'm opening the utility bills.
Yours is only 100? That's good. Mine's 3 that.
Yeah, I have like.
Dancing Alone made a good point, too. I was reading there, talking about another channel can just sit there and drink a cup of coffee and basically get 100,000 views,
Yeah.
I've seen that, too. This is trash. They get 200,000 views in 3 days, and it's nothing,
Well, I would say, here's the thing, though. Let me show you one video that I have done that is the key is getting something that people are going to play over and over again, because you continue to get subscribers, you continue to get watch time, you continue to get you get a lot of stuff when you have what they term an evergreen video.
Yes, evergreen.
And so I've got a couple of videos.
I've got a couple of videos that do that. I mean, I've got that Hoop Coop video, and it's constantly getting thousands of views a month. I've got my quail hutch, my 10-minute quail hutch video, and it's catching up to the Hoop Coop. It's always
fabulous.
Neck and neck, and I'm always pulling for the quail cage. Come on, quail cage, catch up. But it's several months behind the other video.
Okay.
Let me show you all this real quick.
I got to work on that.
I mean, you can tell because you go through and you look over here at the published date, and most all these are fairly recent. But you drop down and then you see one. This one is one, especially this time of year. It ain't been played in the last 60 minutes, but in the last 48 hours, I guess it's got 13, which ain't a lot. But if I go through and look at it, look at the analytics on it, you can see that it's something that has a tendency in the spring. It starts to take off and continues to go.
And you got 8 subscribers from it, so that's good.
That's right, and it'll continue. People will continue to watch this, and I've got about 5 different types of tomatoes in this taste test. My favorite of which was the black Krim. I hate to give away secrets, but
And look, he's got $3,036,000 out of it.
Well, $3.36. Woohoo!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
But
Now,
I have picked up 8 subscribers, 320 hours from it. And I
that's
think
awesome.
that, if you do tomato taste tests tend to be fairly popular. But I
I'll have to
think
do one of those. But Pedroza Travel says evergreen is a new word for them. So if you guys want to explain what evergreen means,
sure, it's. I guess you could say that it's just ever constantly renewing itself. Maybe. Hey Ryan, good to see you. I see we got Ryan, the tech guy, in here.
hey,
He showed Devil Dog how to do. How to do Nightbot, and he is the one that came up with the slap command that you see in a lot of these live streams where they slap this person or slap that person.
oh my gosh, that's cool.
So he's a really neat fella. He's having to redo his channel though. If y'all get a chance,
Thanks, Roy.
everybody in here is blue. They should be able to
Stay
follow
with
him
me,
up to
Shirley.
his channel. But
Ryan
anyhow,
the guy, dancing
you
away.
can go through and look at the dates. An evergreen video is just one that people continue to watch. I did a video on cultivator attachment Ryobi 40-volt power, battery powered. It's a cultivator. There's not a whole lot of people out there who have videos on cultivators. At least there weren't at the time. I assume they still isn't. Hey, Travel with Special Abilities, good to see you.
And Freedom Redbird is in here, Miss Brenda.
Oh, hey, Brenda. But if you can find a video where the competition is not as high, but yet the interest is there, a lot of times people, hey, Scratch and Pete PA, good to see you. A lot of times that's good. Oh, by the way, one of the things I wanted to show y'all tonight is some research. Let me show y'all some research and how, something that you can do. Everybody here can do to help their videos and their titles and their subject matter.
Okay.
Let me go through, since I'm still showing this, sharing this. Go to Google. All right. Let's say, for example, you have goats. All right. Type in goats. All right. Well, see, I hate this keyboard. All right, goats. All right. Once you type in goats, some of the subjects are sale near me, sale Jackson, for sale Jackson, shoes, goat milk. This tells you some of the things that it brings up the most popular searches on those things. But let's take that a step further. Let's put a space and put A. Goats and soda, goats as pets, goats at prom, goats and sheep, goats and coffee, goats and soda meaning, goats and sheep Bible, goats and chickens together, goats Animal Crossing, goats and dogs. Well, those are going to be, obviously, if it's coming up, it is something that people are searching for because those are the most common associated searches with goats. Then you go B, goats beard planet. Goat's beard, goat's breeds, goat baby, goat bleats, goat butter heads, goat's blood, goat's beard wane, goat's breath strain, and you just go through and see. Just type in the first letter. Once you get that in there, hey, Nurse on the Run, good to see you. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody. What this does is it allows you to see. It allows you to see what people are searching for.
So type in goats and cattle.
All right. Well,
Kelly and Tammy. Hey, honey.
All right. That's not one of the top ones that come up, but
it's right there.
And there's goats and but it is something that that is searched
and that's my biggest. That's my biggest. Video.
I'm aware. And goats and cattle farm, goats and cattle panels, goats and cattle fencing, goats and cattle graze together.
Hey, Marines and Army Mom.
See, the thing about that particular title, hey, Marines and Army Mom, always a pleasure to see you, ma'am. One of the things about that particular title is it's specific enough and it's vague enough to where it catches people's attention.
Right.
And so that's one of the reasons, but you can go through and type in anything. And if you're interested, if you have goats and that's the videos you do, type it in.
That's what I'm gonna start doing. Get my title names.
Yeah, that sounds great. And Beth Cornett has come in.
Hey, Beth.
We have, of course, you've already said hey to Scratch and Pete. There's a number of other people that are saying hello.
Hey, Southern Texas cattle and hay.
Now, if you're on Hey Kelly and Tammy's Journey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Hey, Beth.
Yeah.
The man, it's pouring rain out there.
It's supposed to be like that here tomorrow in North Carolina, but
we had that today. Well,
maybe Saturday.
But if you go through, if you're serious about, if you want to do a little bit of research, and I would say a little bit of research can go a long way when you're titling your video. Well, thank you. Hang on.
Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta play the video now, so y'all hang on just a second.
Dance.
I think people do that just to see that video.
It makes me dance.
It's a nice video. I enjoy that one. The
Southern Clairvoyant.
thank you, Devil Dog, for that. Devil Dog has done so much for me, and I'm very appreciative of all that he's done. Good time. Hey, Jen.
I'm
Good to see you. Good
Zaxxon.
times. I'm Zaxxon. I'm only seeing the ones that's over here on my channel at the moment.
Nurse on the Run.
17 over there.
South Texas Cattle and Hay. Hello. They said we had a blast of rain and hail 2 hours ago.
Oh, wow.
Came down hard. Oh gosh. I hope your cars and vehicles are okay.
Hey, Jen.
I understand, Nurse on the Run.
We had that here Thursday. It came down like you wouldn't believe, and hail, but it blew through here so quickly. It didn't leave much rain on the ground. I wish it would have stayed. That part would have stayed just a little bit longer, but beggars can't be choosers.
That's
Hey,
right.
Jerry, there's something I want to see from your videos.
Okay.
I want to
you
see
take that down.
more llamas. That's what I want to see.
You want to see what?
More llamas.
More llamas? Well,
More llamas.
we're hoping that we're going to have another llama baby here pretty quick.
Cool.
That'd be an awesome video there.
And we're
Hey,
we're going to try to buy a few more females. Can you take that money thing out there, Gary, so I can see Chris?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
He's got me all. There it is.
Yeah, got covered up with.
you were behind the $1.99.
But anyways, we're going to try. We're going to do another llama video when she has another baby. But the problem with llamas is they're 11 months in between having babies. So we got one male and one female. We got an extra male baby from last year, and so or actually almost 2 years old now. So we're trying to buy some more females so we can have. I'd like to get like 4 or 5 more females.
Wow.
So it'd be. Because baby llamas are so much fun. They're such a blast.
Hey, coffee walks and whatever. Do your llamas allow you to touch them? Everybody I see, their llamas are not friendly.
Yeah, my male llama was raised in a house, so he doesn't have a fear of people.
Oh.
And now that he's breeding age, he's gotten kind of aggressive.
Mhm.
He'll spit. If you watch a couple of videos, he actually will spit on you.
Yeah.
And my wife go out there to feed him, and he'll spit on you. It's like, dude, you want to be fed? Why are you spitting on me?
Yeah.
But
That's
I've had people stop at the road to look at him because he is really a very pretty llama.
Yeah.
And I've had people stop at the road. They wanted to go up and pet him, and I hear the dogs be barking because there's a car out there, and I run out there. Don't put your hands over there,
Yeah. Right.
you know, because they go, "Oh, he's so pretty. He wants us to pet him." I go, no, he wants you to get close enough to spit on you. That's what he wants to do. You know, they tell you, "Oh, no, he won't spit on me." I say, "Okay, I'm just forewarning you. And as soon as he spits on you, you would, they use a stomach bile is what they spit on. It's
Yeah.
not,
Gross.
they bring it up from their stomach, and it smells horrendous.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as a skunk.
Yeah.
But I think I would rather be sprayed by a skunk than spit on by a llama.
Oh no. Oh.
I mean, that's really honestly, but he's gotten this so aggressive that we have to be careful because he used to be okay when I had him in my hand. I could pet him and stuff, and I was holding him back one day. My wife was putting some hay out for the cows, and I was holding him back, and my son was driving through the tractor, and they had the gate open, and when they got done, I just let him go and turn my back on him, and I should never have done that. I should have pushed him away and then turn my back on him. But I turned my back on him, and he jumped up with his back feet, and he ran me into my back.
Oh no.
He ran me in the back. I started running forward, trying to catch my balance again. Well, my feet aren't as fast as they used to be, and I face planted in the ground because I had one hand back, trying to keep him off of me, and I face planted in the ground and wiped my whole side of my face off. There's still a little mark right here from when that happened, and I face planted on the ground, and my wife and my son had to come over and grab him because he actually landed on me.
Oh my goodness.
To get him off of me. Of course, my face is all ripped up and turned red and road rash and stuff. And so ever since then, we're all being a little more cautious. We don't turn our back on it. He's more unpredictable than my bull. My bull is way more predictable. You can tell when he's not happy. But at llama, you just never know. You just never know when it's going to turn on you. So, but he's doing his job. I mean, he's protecting things. I mean, and I haven't had a coyote in the yard one yet, and I have lost a couple of chickens to raccoons, but that's because he's not in that yard, or I don't think they'd be there.
Hey, y'all do me a favor real quick while we're here. I am dropping links over in my channel. Click on the links and try to show some support. These are the people that are in here that are supporting. Make sure that you're connected with each of these people, and
Traveling with special abilities.
And I may not get to all of them. I'm trying to. I just want to make sure that we build a good, strong community together.
Well, there are a number of
OJ from Coffee Walks and whatever.
I'm moving up, not down. So,
hey, Linda Peterson. She's in here. She can drop links for me.
There are a number of new channels in here that I haven't had an opportunity to meet. A lot of traveling and hiking channels and things like that, which is wonderful to be able to see. So I'll have to go back and watch and click on the links to.
Yeah, hiking with Jackie Boy. That's Kevin. He's a friend of Back Row Freedom, Justin's. I met him, and he comes in the videos a lot and she chats with us.
Yeah,
I saw him. There's a lot of good people here.
Pardon me?
And they both have pretty good video, pretty good content.
Yep.
Some beautiful scenery, if nothing else,
And our Okie is Marie, who's very, very dear to me because she's the first sticker I got from anybody.
Oh.
So
she's a sweet girl. Is some kind of special.
Yep.
Make it a point to check these channels out. Click on the links and connect with them, or at least put them on a watch later list or something like that, so that you can go through and check them out.
Yeah.
Because we're all stronger when we do when we work together.
Yeah. And Belt Loop, you are so awesome at that. As far as all your community posts that you put everyone's link out, all of your promoting everyone else, you just have you're wonderful at that, and I
Well,
thank you for that.
He's the
my
Don
pleasure.
YouTube. He promotes everybody.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Very
Oh,
good people.
and
I just
Jerry,
think
go ahead.
there's a lot of good people out there, and the only way that we're going to get to know one another is if we do actually go through and put an effort into it. And
That's right.
my channel ain't nothing special. Well, let me rephrase that. The only thing special about my channel is the fact that we got a lot of awesome people to come here.
We do.
And so,
We do. You do.
see, Blue Mountain Outdoors. If you can switch to it and put something in the chat, Bobby, I can go through and click that, throw that link up there as well.
Okay, and Jerry, I wanted to share with you something there, and you probably already know this, but there's a lot of people that when they get ready, when they're getting close to that 4,000 hours, and then they keep hearing, "Oh my gosh, I've got to keep 4,000 hours up every year," but that's not what they told me
Right.
when I was. Yeah,
That's not what I've read.
you just have to stay active.
Yeah, stay active, stay putting up posting videos so they can have views.
Right.
My view counts. I mean, I've only been doing it for 18 months, almost 18 months, and I'm at 120, 22, 153,000 views.
That's wonderful.
I get a lot of views. It's just I don't get a lot of long term watching. I mean, like I said, I had one video out there. Gary and I talked about this last week. One video that's got 20,000 views on it, but the average viewing of it is less than 2 minutes.
What, join the family?
It's a 15-minute video. If everybody had all those 120,000 people had watched it, I'd have 5,000 hours by now.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
I wasn't getting hours for a while because I watched that analytics and the 2-minute thing.
Yep.
So I started making like 2 and 3 minute videos.
And I have a lot like that too. I mean, Susan and I do a video, and it may be, 4, 5, 8 minutes long. And I said, well, I don't have nothing else to go with it. And say, heck, we'll just go ahead and put it out there for people to see, And it's not like, it's not 8 minutes. Jesse told me, Jerry, we're making a video between 8 minutes and 18 minutes. I said,
Yeah.
okay. But what happens if I don't have enough to make 8 minutes? He goes, put it with something else. I'm going, but it doesn't flow. I don't want it to flow.
Well, let me make it relative for you. When I was talking with Cog Hill Family Farm, and I was talking to Jason, and I said, my analytics say people listen to me for 2 minutes, and he said 2 minutes. That's pretty good. I thought, oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, Cog Hill, they're one of the few channels that I actually still watch from when they were a small channel.
Yeah, me too.
Got big because a lot of the same homesteading channels that got big, they just changed their ways and just went off course,
Yeah.
But Cog Hill seems to be they're steady, they're still on course what they started out to be.
Right. Yeah.
Jason's the one that turned me on to Phil Mora, and because I remember he was at that conference you and I went to, and and he ever said, "Oh, you need to go talk to Jason. You need to talk to Jason. He knows about editing." It's okay. So I went to talk to him. Him and I talked for like 2 hours about editing programs. And he said, "Well, do you have Phil Mora?" And I said, "Well, no, I have this other program." He said, "Well, yeah, go check out Phil Mora. It costs X amount of dollars, but you can get it for free for so long." Well, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it for editing. And I found out there's an editor on. I have regular. Not Google, but Macintosh. What do you call your CPU? Windows. Dang, I'm mental block. I got Windows, and Windows has, and I just found out that it has an editing program on it. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to change. I like what I did. I like what I'm using. It's so much. It's fun to use.
Yeah.
I've been using a lot of music off of it. Like, I don't know if you saw my last video I put out yesterday, the fishing video, the Angler April video.
I haven't gotten a chance to see.
You haven't seen that? Well, that one, I don't want to say that until you see it because I don't want to give it away. But if you go watch that video and then come back to me or email me or something like that, what you think, I appreciate, because I spend a lot of hours on that video. That's why that video, I probably spend more hours filming and editing that video than I have any other video that I've had.
Oh,
It took me 3-4 weeks to get that video completed done.
So,
Was
and
watching-
Traveling with Special Abilities says that they have Filmora. I just use iMovie, and it's really bad, and my editing really.
I love it. I love Filmora. I mean, I pay for it, but not pay a monthly charge for it. But to me, it's worth it because I get to use all the music in it that I want. And I get copyrights supposedly on it, but all the ones I've got copyrights at, none of them are strikes. It just says there's no. I don't know what it is now. No strike against you. It's a copyright that.
Yeah, it won't be monetized.
Right. Well, no, it won't. It won't affect you. It says it will not affect you. Even if it's monetized, it won't affect you because there's no strike on it.
If there's a copyright on it, though, I don't think they monetize them.
Well, I don't. A copyright here, it says not affected. I'm not affected. So
Okay, I could be.
hey, I don't know if it's like it is a music I use off of Filmora.
The Happy Gardener. Okay.
So, I don't know. We'll have to wait till I get monetized and see if it doesn't get monetized. If it doesn't, I'll dispute it because it was the music came from Filmora, which I paid for.
Right. And if
Yeah,
you pay for it, you should be able to use it.
It wasn't
I'm sorry,
strong.
Chris.
I said, I've only had one time where YouTube tried to put a strike against me. I think I was cleaning rabbits or chickens or something. And I didn't even show the dispatch of it. Well, of course, they sent me a thing and I appealed. I'm like, I didn't even dispatch the animal on site, I said, and immediately they took it off. So I guess it's robots that's doing this, whatever they call them, bots or something.
Yeah. The algorithms.
Good grief,
Yeah, they're really strict on that.
Well,
Yeah.
I used a song one time.
Fish.
I used a song one time. A friend of mine told me he plays banjo. And he said he sent me all these videos that he did on the banjo. You can use anything you want on it. I said, great. Well, one of them was a song that he was showing that was from another band, and I used it, and I got a thing that says that it was going to be a strike on me. So all I did was went back and just took it off and put one of his songs on there, and it went away. But then I started seeing these other ones, and I thought, well, I'm not going to worry about those until I find out how to get monetized. That will change it. But most of the stuff I use now is all from Aura.
Some of these songs are being hacked, and when you use them, even though they're not supposed to be a copyright issue, these other people that's hacked these songs are putting a copyright on you, and somehow they are stealing channels and doing shady stuff from the research I've seen. But there's there's crazy and shady going on when that happens. But the best thing to do is just delete that music, put a different music in there, or just no music at all.
Well, there are a couple of things. If you're getting music from Filmora and it's supposed to be, hey, Randy, good to see you. Another member of the channel. Thank you for being in here. If you've got you can, I think there's something you can go through and add to. There's about in the title that talks about how the music is copyrighted through Filmora. Has been authorized to where
I'll give that in the description.
Right, in the description. And so that may be able to cut down. I've had a couple issues lately. In fact, I had somebody come up on my channel right here, played one of their own songs that somebody else laid a copyright to. I've kind of left it on here, so that I can show, it's a bunch of bull. It ain't, it's somebody else's, it's their original music.
Right.
And yet somebody else laid a copyright to it. It's on a live stream, so it ain't like people are watching that anyhow. Hey, Nate, good to see you. Lynn Cloud has been.
Well, you people to try to hijack everything, thinking they're going to make a buck off doing something shady.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, no.
It's like
No.
trying to sell extended warranty over the phone 5 times a day.
That's right. Hey, y'all, I got a call today. I mean, we all get those calls for extended warranty for your car. I got a call today for an extended warranty for my lawnmower. I've never gotten that one before.
Well, did you get one when you got your lawnmower originally? Did you buy
Well,
one?
it was from Sears, which is where we did buy it, but it wasn't real. It was those,
Oh, somebody.
extended warranty people.
Oh,
Were they going to warranty them goats out there that's eating that grass up?
Right. I had to laugh.
That is funny. But I have, and if anybody cares to drop some links in here, most everybody as far as I can tell is blue. Somebody can feel, free to do it, and I'm sure other folks would notice.
Yeah,
But
and they can
anyhow.
drop 29 in your chat. And Jerry, have you had anyone set up where people could drop their own links in your chat yet?
no, not yet. Gary and I keep saying we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We just never get around to doing it. So,
I had it, but I turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off?
Yeah.
I haven't. I have. Well, usually Jesse's in here on mine. And he drops links like crazy. I mean,
Yes, he does.
he's better than any Nightbot. As far as I'm concerned.
yeah,
But right now I've got Linda and Tamara and Heather's in here and OJ's in here. I got some good monitors and they can drop links in there. And
That's
or they can ask them to drop a link and they can do it for them if they want. I try to drop a few links of people I keep an eye on, but it's kind of hard to pay attention to talking. I got 2 monitors, so I have to look over here to my monitor to see what my chat's saying and look over here, so I sometimes I neglect the chat because I'm more interested in what we're saying on the screen.
Sure.
And I apologize to anybody that I may have neglected. I'm only human.
Oh, well, everybody comes up on the StreamYard chat anyway.
Right.
From all over the place. So, you can talk to your people that way. And with having Jesse and other really awesome moderators, then if you're talking about anyone specifically, usually they'll drop their links, and
Right.
that's awesome. But I can't keep up with the chat as it is.
I'm getting better at it. I mean, the first time Gary and I did this, he goes, "Did you see that? See what?" So said, "Heidi, where?"
Yeah.
And I'm getting better at it. It's
Good for you.
It's
Well,
starting to get more comfortable.
There's 36 people in here right now, so
I got 13. You got 23.
well, I'm hoping that they make it a point to go and check out some of these other channels.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
much everybody in here is green. Blue. And so they can go and I have dropped a lot of links in here. And hopefully, by the way, I don't think I've dropped Chris's in a while. So let me go through and drop Chris's. He's over in California right now. So he can't exactly.
And so, Chris, what are you doing in California?
Well, I'm having to do a little bit of consulting for the gas and oil industry of California.
Oh,
Are you a welding inspector?
Yeah. Well, I'm technically a chief inspector. It makes me feel a little bit,
well, that would be an important position. So,
Well, Chris, I used to do underwater welding.
Really?
Yeah.
Underwater welding.
Yeah, in the Navy. That's what I did. Underwater welding kind of in the Navy.
Wow.
That always interested me. I mean, I never done it, but I was always amazed on how that process worked.
I met a guy here in Missouri who was a taxidermist, and he asked me if I wanted to be a welding inspector. And I said, "Well, where?" He goes, "You have to go to Texas." I said, "No, thank you, but no, thank you. It's a little warm down there." He wanted me to go down there in the summertime. I said, "I don't think so." Yeah, if you ask me in the wintertime, I go.
I've been all over West Texas and out here in the desert. I'm literally like an hour from Mexico and an hour from Arizona. So
Where's
it,
my chat?
it gets
So you're out in the Imperial Valley right now?
sir.
You in Imperial Valley? No, you said you were in Palm Springs, right?
Close to Palm Springs, yeah.
Yeah.
So
My daughter, my oldest, my only daughter used to live in Palm Springs.
okay, I'm actually in Indio, which is just
Okay, I know where Indio's at.
yeah. But you know, it gets 118 degrees, but you know what? I still be here in the summer in Mississippi
Well,
because
it's dry heat out there.
yeah, Mississippi heat. If it's only 95 but 80% humidity, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's what we have here in North Carolina. It's crazy.
Yeah, the humidity is something else. Maybe you're from San Diego.
At least the wind blows out here, you know.
You know what? Come to Missouri, the wind hasn't stopped blowing in 3 weeks. It's like I thought we moved to Chicago. I mean, you know, they call Chicago the Windy City. Today, did we move to Chicago and somebody didn't tell me? She says no. So why is the wind still blowing? I mean, it hasn't let up. 20 to 25 miles an hour all the time. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Clairvoyant I am once their link dropped.
I got those vent visors on my truck, and one tore right off the other day, like Monday.
Oh my goodness!
So we've been working around Whitewater, and if you don't know about Whitewater, there's all these windmills out there. They're enormous. Half of them work, half of them don't. But anyway, that's for another story time. But the wind is terrible out there, and it wound up flapping about an inch, and then all of a sudden it just ripped off.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you're in the windy part of that desert out there.
Yep.
Wow. We haven't had very bad weather.
No, but you've been having some heavy rains and stuff.
We have been having some heavy rains and things, and we're in hurricane territory.
Yes.
So in the fall or late August is when we'll start watching out and preparing for hurricanes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in it was supposed to be the tornado belt, but this year it seems like all the tornadoes are staying south and going through Oklahoma and Arkansas and heading straight east from there. They usually come up in the Missouri, and we, you know, it's not uncommon for Missouri to have 40 or 50 tornadoes in the year. We haven't had any, as far as I know, except for one that was down there in the Boot Hill that killed the 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple this year or so in Mississippi.
You have? Yes, there has been. I was going to ask you if you were affected by the tornadoes that went through.
No, I mean, it was actually just in the Delta, which is about an hour and a half west of us where it hit. That the one in Rolling Fork is about an hour and a half away. But I mean, you can ask Belt Loop. It's not crazy to say we can get a lot of tornadoes every year. It just depends on how they touch down for and what they tear up.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary.
In North Dakota, been about 12 years ago, and we was in the middle of a tornado up there, and I never knew North Dakota had tornadoes.
Well, I had heard California is starting to have tornadoes, so I think the weather's just changing all over.
It is. They had one out here close to LA, but I don't think it ever touched down or nothing like that. Because I was actually talking to somebody out here. I said, man, you know, Mississippi is very rural. I said, that one killed 23 people.
Wow.
I said, imagine something like that hitting LA.
Oh,
I said,
right.
I said, you would have over 5,000 people gone, you know.
that's because there's no shelters in LA. There's nothing that can handle it. You know, like you go to Oklahoma City where they're used to tornadoes, there's tornado shelters all around.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we have had some tornadoes here, but it's usually when a nor'easter comes through or some sort of hurricane.
Well, I mean, Mississippi we got tornadoes, then you got the hurricane. Now, I'm in central Mississippi. I'm just about an hour north of Belt Loop there.
Okay.
Even if a hurricane comes through, we kind of get all the winds and everything off of the hurricane. Because I mean, Luke, the coast is probably what, 2 hours south of you. I can make it to the coast in 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay. Well, Belt Loop's busy. He's dropping
Yeah.
links.
I think he's
Yeah.
busy.
We had a tornado come through my family property and tore up. In fact, I was headed to go stay in my cousin's room that was down there on the property, and it ripped the wall off. And if I was 5 minutes earlier, it ripped the wall off, and the bed that I was going to be sleeping in was out in the yard.
Oh my
It
gracious.
ripped the roof off of my grandparents' place. It snapped, trees that were that big, well, a foot and a half, 2 foot across, snapped them like twigs 15 feet in the air.
Oh
it's
my
amazing.
goodness.
It was, and I showed up. I was trying to get down there about the time that happened. I was running late. I'd stayed a little late at the office, and but we had it tore up and completely destroyed a couple of channels. Not channels of houses down there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so scary.
Coffee Walk said they've had tornadoes in Canada. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
I thought that was southern
Yeah.
Midwestern thing,
I think a lot of things is changing all over.
That's right.
I know Coffee Walks. He showed a live video of the river breaking up, and I was watching it and stuff. And he's talking about how it was. He said, I don't know what the temperature was. It was like 30. Let me see. It was like 6 Celsius, like that, which I'm not sure what that is. Like 35, 36 degrees. It was warm. It was warming up, and then the very next day they had a snowstorm come through again.
Oh
He
my.
was out there with the. I watched it today. He was out there in
I
the.
don't know what that was.
It got cold and snowing again. It's like what?
Whew.
Something happened over here where everything just totally blacked out.
All right. Well,
Everything blacked on you, Gary?
Well, everything seems okay at the moment. It was just the screen, I think.
Oh,
But
goodness.
if everything goes to heck in a handbasket, I can always go into my phone and end the stream. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, because you do need to be able to end it.
well, if not, it's gonna keep going on. Hey, babe.
Hey, Julie.
24 hours. But I'm not here for 24 hours, I can promise you. Babes in Toyland and other things. Hello. And Linda Peterson has said that she could certainly use some prayers. She's having some issues and had to go to the ER, but she's counting on her buddies to look after, and we'll certainly keep you in there. And Woodland.
Something's wrong with my monitor. It's starting to freak out a little bit.
Bad weather.
That's twice. Well, I don't think it's weather because the lights stayed on.
You done wore it out, Belt Loop.
He's
Well,
worn it out.
You're gonna have to buy another one. Now you'll be down to 3.
Uh-oh. Something's wrong though.
I'm sorry, but you have a multitude of screens, though, right?
Well, I have 2 screens.
Okay.
And
I've
one
got
of 'em-
one on right here.
Yeah.
That makes it hard to read the chat too, doesn't it, Chris?
Actually, I improved. I brought my iPad. I can read the chat through my iPad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
I have to open
Hey,
it
Mark.
up bigger. I'm getting. I can't hardly see anymore.
So Mark Kratz says, Gary, it's the loose nut behind the keyboard.
all right, well, I am going to have to quit dropping links. Anybody else is welcome to do that, though.
You're wearing out your keyboard, dropping those links.
No, he's saying the loose nut. I think he means the one that's in front of the keyboard.
Yeah, not behind the keyboard.
I did, and that brings up another interesting thing. Babes in Toyland and her name on there. It has an icon or an emoji at the beginning of the
Yep.
thing. it does
Yeah,
make
it's
me
very
wonder if
hard.
it makes it harder
It does.
for people to search that.
It is. It's very much
because
harder to find it.
I know it's almost impossible to go through and auto complete it when it's done that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder if that has an effect on somebody's channel and how well it grows. I don't know.
I don't know. I think if you put emoji in your name, it should be at the end of your name, not the beginning of it.
And
Well,
it's still hard even then. As a moderator, I used to be well, still am, but I'm not as active as I was. But I was a moderator on probably 30 channels. And
right.
it's very hard to drop links when people have an icon or an asterisk or a unusual symbol in their name of their channel.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a lot of times. If you go in these bigger chats, if you have an emoji, they're going to kick you out because they think you're one of these scammers, whatnot.
That's right.
Pops up
Yeah,
too.
they do. They sure do.
Oh,
Missouri Outlaw. Hey.
Randatola.
Is Randy at home or is he on the road still?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know
can
either.
ask him.
Hey, Randy, are you at home yet? Or are you on the road?
Hey, DJ Wraith, good to see you.
Oh, I see. Babes in Toyland and other things says that there's a reason for that he has some issues with someone and they're following him everywhere. So he tries to or her. I don't know
I
him
don't
or
blame
her.
him.
Oh, okay.
I don't blame him then.
Oh,
Trying to be a little incognito, and here we bring attention to it.
I'm sorry. That
DJ
should be
But that's not our DJ, is it? Is that our DJ?
Ray?
DJ Wraith.
Yeah.
I just posted their link.
Yeah. Is that our DJ with Devil Dog or is that
No,
okay?
I don't think so.
Well, that's what I was asking. He has several channels too, and you never
Yeah,
know who you never know who those are. I am Randy. I'm awake.
At the moment, I'm just dropping links. At the moment, I'm just dropping links. My brain's already frazzled from trying to figure out what's going on with my monitor. So,
Is it back up yet?
Randy, what am I missing? Tell me, wake up. I'm awake. What did I miss?
Wake up, Jerry. He thinks you're leaning back and getting ready to take a nap.
No, I'm just getting started. I was up till 3:00 this morning.
It's nice to meet you two, babes in Toyland. Hey, DJ Ray.
Clint Howard and Charlie Sheen.
I'll drop my link. I like Moe. I can drop my link. Just type BFF.
There you go. That sounds good.
Hey, Jan. Simply Jan finally came in.
Oh, Jan's got that fiber.
Yeah, she got fiber optics. She's a fast girl now.
I
She
forgot
is
about
Fast and loose.
I
She's
got
so excited.
in here in Andale. All you have to do is type in Andale, and it'll drop your link.
Yes, I for some reason you're not able to type in the chat when I'm on StreamYard, when I'm on the panel.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
You can't break.
Sorry.
Oh,
No, I mean if you're on somebody else's panel, that's right. You don't have the ability to do that.
I can read it, but I can't chat in it.
I guess I just meant in the chat.
Yeah. That's
you mean in the StreamYard chat?
No, on his channel, on Beltloop's channel. If I type in Andale, then it does drop my link over there.
Oh.
He's so cute. He has a bunch of nicknames for all of us. So.
Yeah. I got a bunch of individual commands for different folks. Devil Dog set it up for me. I can't remember them all.
It's a different one for just about every one of your regular people.
It is. And some folks don't actually come around anymore these days. Some do. Hey, Simply Jan, good to see you.
Well, that happens to everyone. It even happens to me when I go, I just get out of the routine of.
Hey, 9 acres.
There's 9 acres.
There's Dale. my BFF from Kansas, Rigger, Kansas. He's got on that game night. He always got our BFF from Missouri. It cracks me up.
There we go. That game night is fun. That the
Yeah.
only thing, Dale and I are good buddies, and we do enjoy each other's company. But he said we can't be friends because I like vinegar-based barbecue sauce,
I do too.
and he does not. He said vinegar has no business being anywhere around barbecue sauce, and we cannot be friends.
Hey, Glenn,
Hey,
Glenn and Jessica on gathered together.
Barbecue sauce.
What'd you
I'm
say?
having a
Chris?
little trouble hearing you, Chris.
I said, I make a coffee-based barbecue sauce.
Oh, I bet that would be delicious.
It's decent. It's
Yeah.
decent.
My husband makes his too. We give it away for Christmas presents, vinegar based with spices and things, and it is yummy.
You see, Jan said, and she's with Dale.
Oh no, I can't be friends with Jan either.
Oh my gosh! I guess there's the two of us against them now, huh?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's funny. And I think that the 9 Acre Farm, family farm, has been successful in their collaboration that they have had going out of April April. Help me, Jerry. What's
Angler April. Hey, it is not easy to say. Let me tell you
I
that.
had Angler April, but then I went and looked at Dale's video, 9 Acre, and he had April Angler.
Right, but he's also got. Then he corrects himself halfway through it.
Then I had to switch it again, and I can't say any of it. So.
But watch my video, and you can see that when I watch my video, I have a problem saying at the beginning of the video, like, can't
I'm
spit
gonna
it
get some
out.
coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, you have to watch that video and then come back to me and tell me what you think. Because
I'll do it.
I've got there's probably about 3 weeks with the work on that video.
Oh my
And it's the only video I've ever put out that has that much work on it, honestly. You know, Jesse and I were talking today about how long he thinks a video, how much work we put in a video. He thinks for every minute a video runs, you should have about 1 hour of editing. And I went like, what? And he said, well, that's including the shooting it, downloading it, uploading it, and all that. And I said, well, some of my videos are no longer than maybe 15 minutes, but I've only got maybe 30 minutes in editing.
Yeah.
But that video there, I've got 3 full weeks of solid work in doing it. And it was fun. And I think it's I've got it on my front page now that I like it so much.
Okay.
You know,
Good
so,
for you.
I think it was fun to do, but I think everybody needs to watch that video and tell me what they think.
Well, we'll have to share it out for you because I could tell you the videos that I work the hardest on that I think this is it. Everybody's going to love this. And it goes nowhere. And then I have something that I think is dumb as all get out and it flies. So
it has 109 views right now
okay.
since yesterday. So I'm happy with it. I told my wife, if I get 100 views in 2 days, I'll be happy.
That's exactly right. And I've had videos and I'm like, oh man, this is my best video yet.
Yeah.
And it just flatlines. And I'm like, come on.
What's the deal?
Just watch it one time and you'll love it.
Right.
But then
That's
I've had,
awesome. I think the collaborations have a lot.
Yeah.
Just skyrocketed. I'm
It's
like,
crazy.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Chris, how that.
Well, Chris, I put a video out today. My wife went in and changed the name after I put it up, but she put it. It's a short. It's my grandson, my young son, and the young calf that we had. We found. Mama wouldn't take it back, so we bottle feed it, and it's got over 846 from noon today.
That's awesome. Look, Hardcore Copper said that sometimes they make a short to go with their video to call people in. So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can take clips out of videos.
Hey, Brandon,
I need to learn how to do that.
which video? I think it's time out which it's called. It came from Alaska. It's the name of the video.
Okay.
That's the name of the video. It's on my what do you call it front page where they have people come in, new subscribers come in. It shows the video.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to do is attach it to the ones that come back also. So
There you go.
So
Yeah, they-
my video in the morning that's coming out is about us going to the auction, the chicken auction. And we did one about a year ago about how to buy and sell at the auction because a lot of people don't know. And I mean, it went nowhere for like 6 months. And I'm like, I've had the most fun with this. This is the best time I've had with a video ever. And it just went nowhere. But then it's got, I think, 3,500 views now.
Oh
But
gosh.
sometimes it just takes a while. I've got a lot of videos
Yeah.
that were a year old before they went anywhere. And
On
but anyway,
YouTube?
good.
yeah,
Okay. Well, that gives me hope.
they just sit there and they do nothing for 12 months, absolutely do nothing. Then all of a sudden, that certain person watches it, and
Yeah.
I guess they share it or something, and it takes off.
Good
But
Lord.
part of our video is I think it's titled "Going Back to the Auction." So basically, a year later, we're still going to the auction and whatnot, and I still
Yeah.
have fun with those videos.
Oh my gosh. I had never been to an auction before last year, and we went to Indiana to go visit some friends,
Yeah,
and they have a regular Saturday night thing there, auction. And that
Right.
was very interesting. It was a little disheartening in some of the
I like auctions.
but
I have to be careful when I go. I guess a lot of them can get carried away.
I bet you could on your farm.
we've got a good local auction, a good auction team, and I mean they don't put up with no junk. You're not bringing no sick animals, no, on the deathbed animal. You're not doing that there.
Yeah.
This is Zippy,
Oh,
and he see his foot. He puts his paw around you and gives you a hug.
oh,
He cracks me up. He comes up. He wants to get picked up. He'll climb up your lap and give you a hug, and he wants to lay down and go to sleep on you.
okay. And there's Nicole.
And then Nicole, somebody was asking for her. Hardcore Popper was asking where she was. Where's
Well,
Nicole?
yeah. When I did go to that, the reason why I said it was a little bit sad was I went to that auction and there was a dead calf in the stall,
Oh,
and it was there. I mean, and then you take the children and they go, "Oh, is it sleeping?"
yeah.
Yeah,
If it's sleeping,
permanently. Yeah, it was sad. There were a number,
so.
but it just. I know they're not all like that.
Right.
Well, we're getting close to the end of the stream. We're gonna shut it down in about 2 hours, I reckon.
Yeah,
Um,
8 minutes.
Hey, let
Yeah.
me belt loop. Let me show you this hat I got.
Hang on, let me bigify it.
You see all these good locks of hair.
Oh,
that's
that's
awesome.
nice.
7:15. I like that hat.
We're officially in the hat business now, also.
Oh,
Excellent.
all right.
Are you selling them yourself, or you have to go through a company to get them?
No, my wife has a shirt and hat business. So actually, Belt Loop has got our very first. I didn't even get to keep the first patch, Belt Loop. You got the very first patch we ever made.
Oh,
That's awesome. That reminds me, I meant to be wearing your shirt tonight. I did. I got your shirt right over here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll go change real quick.
Yeah. Mark at Little Ridge Farm, he has ordered a few hats from us. I'm waiting on him to actually tell us what color he wants. But other than that,
Well, does your wife do like other channels merchandise or just yours?
no, she'll do anybody's. Anybody's.
I'm gonna have to see about talking to her
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, so do I. I got a T-shirt I want to get made.
Rebecca, the yarn tamer, she is actually she's ordered a couple of shirts with her design on it. Doing that, I think. I got that. That's between her and my wife. I'm not
Sure.
business.
I gotcha. Look at there. Attaboy.
I did. I meant to wear. I was planning on the blue one, but I don't know where I set it down.
Hey, don't feel bad, Gary. I was going to wear your shirt tonight, but I can't find it.
Well,
I
you
saw
look
it.
great.
I think somebody took it because it was a real nice shirt. I had it sitting out, and all of a sudden it's not
Oh, I
there.
like that. That's nice.
But yeah, and I've got the very first patch he's done. So
That's a front and back shirt. That's cool.
How cool.
yeah,
Well, I'll have to make y'all laugh. I feel like a real homesteader now. I have 2 chickens.
there we go.
Let me tell you, Good Times Homestead sound like George Clooney. Honestly, I've had that said to me for about 20 years, and I'm like, I don't see it,
Yes, you do.
But actually, I've had to be clean shaven for jobs before. And they say, oh, man, look at George Clooney. Look at George Clooney. And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Well, that's a compliment. So
Yeah, I'll
That's
take
not.
what I can get right now.
better than saying you look like a horse's behind. So that's awesome.
Hey, and your chickens are Thelma and Louise, ain't they?
They are Thelma and Louise.
I
Yep.
thought so.
They're wild and rambunctious.
Are they getting out anymore?
I am going to get some more. Actually, next weekend, we're going to get some more chicks.
Are they getting out anymore, Ann?
Am I getting what?
Are they getting out anymore?
No. We fixed that.
I saw the temporary fix.
Yeah.
Did you finally fix it?
still, it's not. My husband had a time working with that,
What's up, Ace?
the hardwire cloth.
Yeah,
He said he didn't like working with that. So we do have
hard
a
to
net.
work with.
Yeah, we have a net that's and he built a cage on top of the run so that and it's all covered in netting. It's not
Good.
real
Did you
predator
split-
proof, but the house, the coop itself is like Fort Knox.
Yeah, did you split the door yet?
No, we didn't split the door, but we're able to open it now because the cage
Oh, okay.
is up tall enough that I did buy some paint.
When I saw that, he showed that video, and like, does she know she can't get in that door?
I can't get in the door. I know. I had to undo the netting to get in the door. But
I cracked me up. I said she should have had that door on the other side. We got in and out.
I know nothing about chickens, but I sure am having fun.
They're fun to have around. All of ours are Gertrudes.
Well, these are silver laced Wyandottes, and they're so quiet.
Yeah, we named all ours Gertrude. That's their name is Gertrude. All of them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Thelma and Louise are trying to escape half the time, and they are survivors because they were a group of 9 chickens that were in a place at another homestead that had never ever had a predator they've been having animals for like 2 years, never had a predator. I show up to stay at their home and I'm to take the chickens the next day home. And that night, like between midnight and 4 a.m., a predator came in and got 7 of them.
Yep.
So
The raccoon, I'm sure.
I don't know. Anyway,
Raccoons like to kill just for the fun of killing.
I guess. Hi, hardcore copper.
Hello.
Somebody dared me, so
Okay.
just kidding. I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
you've been up here a couple of times before. I was over in your live stream, not too long ago.
Oh, you were?
Well, it's been a few
You
days.
didn't recognize Gary? Oh my gosh, you're
Sorry
talking
about
about
that. Sorry about that if you were.
Well, that's okay. A lot of times I lurk these days anyhow. It was kind of an interesting conversation. I'm not sure I could get away with, conversation, over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was it about? I'm scared now.
Well, that's all right. A little bit more risque, but it didn't cross any lines or anything. But hey, it was an enjoyable conversation. I like your channel.
Yeah, because I
But-
start to try to do normal things on my channel, and it never stays that way.
Okay, explain to me what's normal.
You know, because I have a coin channel, so I start off like we're talking about coins, and then 5 minutes later, I can't tell you what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
That's
we
normal.
got way off track here too, but we always do, and that's
Yep.
okay. It happens.
we call that squirrel syndrome.
Hey, Molly.
Yeah, but these are naughty squirrels.
I see
Oh,
9 Acre. Hey, Dale, good to see you.
We'll see you
Uh,
soon.
I see Molly and Dale are here. Anyhow, we've hit the 2-hour mark. If anybody'd like to come up, and be in the after party or something, because we'll stick around a few minutes after. But we're gonna go ahead and end the broadcast. There.
wow, it's 10 o'clock.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah, sure.
Go check out my channel. I've got cheesecake brownies that I made that is on there, and I've just finished recording pizza bombs, so they'll be on there next.
Yeah.
I just subscribed to you, so I'll check it out.
Yay! Because I do coins, collecting, comedy, cooking, crafts, and all kinds of crud.
Cool. Well, everybody on my side, thank you very much for coming in and watching and racking up some of those hours for me. I'll have to see how many of you come out of it. Like I said, last week we had 119 and 77 good. So
Hey, in the chat, just go ahead and type in 29 and hit enter. Hardcore. It'll drop your link. I'm assuming
Yeah.
you over on my channel. I don't know if it will if you own.
What did
Yeah,
you
if
say?
you
I'm
came
sorry.
up
My
from Gary-
see the
channel
new
really-
channel.
So,
Okay, I'm trying to find her on my phone.
File.
well, I looked on the thing and I was having trouble finding her myself.
Oh,
But
there you
Do I
are.
type in?
And I'm
Just glad.
subscribed.
You're already subscribed.
Yep.
What am I? Okay.
Type in 29 in Gary's chat.
Yeah.
sometimes it's just hard to find some channels if they ain't live or, and maybe it's just my internet or something. I don't
Me
know.
too. Good
Um,
night, Jan.
All right, I'm gonna end it so we can start and we got somebody over in the basement. I'm gonna bringing him up. Do you want to come up before we, end it or right after? Well, that's fine. I'll bring you up and then we'll end it.
Well,
Hey,
Gary,
Brandon.
Hey,
thank you,
Urban.
thank you so
There
much.
she is.
I
right,
appreciate
we're gonna-
you having me up here. This is the longest I've ever been on a live. My lives are normally 30 minutes.
I know.
And it is very nice to meet you, Square County, Homestead, and
Thanks,
Hardcore
Ann.
Culture. And
3,
Gary, always a
2,
pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to see you too. See you on Tuesday.